Forgive me, Holy One, but I ran all the way from the town. I didn't believe them at the marketplace when they said, the priest has left us. I said, you must be mistaken. He'll be back. Is it true then? You are going away. I'm sorry, but I must speak. I know it's like a nightmare, something to make the flesh creep what we saw and heard at the police court yesterday. It made no sense. But to leave the temple, your place here, that makes no sense either.
What does make sense?
I'm woodcutter. All I know is chopping wood till my muscles are numb and my hands look like horned toads.
Earthquakes,
Huh?
fire, famine, pestilence.
These are natural things like rain and sun. They're not supposed to make sense.
And yet they do. An earthquake violence I can understand. But the savagery of men toward one another and to themselves?
There's no more shelter along that road. I know it well. This is a fearsome place, but it's better to wait here till the storm breaks.
The great Rashomon gate. It crumbles. Like the people.
The temple bells. They sound far away in the rain. I myself seldom go to the temple. My clothes always smell of rotting wood. But I've heard them speak of you. They say you've taught the people much.
You were with me at the court yesterday. You saw how well they learned.
Can't understand it. Such horrible crimes, rape, bloodshed, and then in front of the magistrate to make it all worse. There must be an answer. But I'm too ignorant to know what it is.
No more ignorant than I.
It's not so. You're a holy man, a wise man.
Am I? Then why do those faces burn in my mind just as in yours? And those monstrous words echo in my ears calling for answers I cannot give? The all-seeing Buddha knows. He knows how unworthy I am.
Please, don't say that.
My father was a rich mirror maker from Kiwa. He didn't want me to be a priest, but I wanted it. A man doesn't look for his soul in the mirror, I told him. Perhaps my father was right.
Where will you go?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why don't you go to one of the 8 fiery hells? Can't find things in peace anymore.
Let's go to another part of the gate, Holy One.
Why?
Please, you never know what you'll encounter here.
Caw, caw, caw.
Hold your tongue, you scavenger.
Hold my tongue? What about your tongue? The hairless one.
Don't be so low. This is a priest you're talking to.
Impossible. He woke me up. He usually put me to sleep.
Please, don't listen
Who
to him.
is he?
He's a thief, a jackal, an old swindler.
How do you live to be old nowadays? If you must know, I'm a wig maker.
Wig maker, with hair stolen from corpses.
The very finest corpses in Kyoto, interred by their loved ones in the dung heaps of the Rashomon gate. The crows and I administer the last rites. Now that you're giving up the priesthood, maybe I can make a wig for you. A long, fancy one? Excuse me, I'm not used to such tender sensibilities around here. My friends, the corpses, never take offense at anything. There's one, for instance, a female, beautiful black hair, used to sell dried snake meat to the soldiers. Told them it was fish. She'd still be doing it if the plague hadn't gotten her. I'm sure she'd understand. Oh, you like them all now? They've given up gossip, cursing, stealing, fighting. Sure, they stink a little, but no more than some live ones I know.
He's as bad as the 3 in the police court yesterday.
As bad as I am? Now that interests me. Who are they? What happened?
A man was murdered.
Just one? A slow day.
It wasn't the murder alone. It was how it happened, the things we heard at the police court.
He was there too?
We were called, both of us, to testify.
Why?
It was I who found the body.
Where?
In the woods, east of the city. It was late in the afternoon at the hour of the ox. It's too hot these days, even in the forest, to cut wood in the middle of the day, so I waited
And
until
you found the body?
No. I mean, not at first. First, I saw the sage hat with the veil on it, laying on the ground.
A woman's.
Yes. It looked odd laying there. I called, but there was no answer. So I went on, and a few steps further, I saw a tortoiseshell comb on the path, then a piece of rope, and
Yes?
then an arm. Just an arm sticking out from a clump of bamboo shoots, the fingers all stiff and twisted. For a moment, I thought it was some strange plant. Then, in the shadows behind it, I saw the face. Eyes empty and staring, the mouth gaping.
I know. They always look so surprised. That must be a lot different than anyone imagined.
I ran. The brush tore at my legs and arms till they bled, but I didn't stop till I reached the police and told them. And then yesterday, they asked us to appear.
But what did he have to do with it?
We saw them both on their way before they entered the forest.
Oh, then there was a woman.
Yes, the murdered man's wife. I passed him on the road from Sekiyama in the early afternoon. He looked so formidable in his samurai robes, a sword by his side, a bow and quiver on his back. He looked so alive.
How was he killed?
Run through with a sword.
But no weapon was found.
And you saw none.
What? No, the hand, the face was all I saw and all I wanted to see. I ran out of there fast.
Everyone's always running away from the dead. What can the cops do? Take my advice, run from the live ones. Any idea who did the sticking?
They arrested someone.
They always arrest someone, but is he guilty?
It's Tajomaru.
Tajomaru! Then for once they've gotten the right man.
I'm not sure.
The most dangerous bandit in this part of the country, and you're not sure? If he were within 20 miles of any crime, I'd convict him for it.
It's not quite so simple.
Not quite so simple. If it were me they caught, it would be simple enough. Steal a coin, a pair of sandals, a chicken so scrawny you can't get your teeth into it, pull a hair from the head of a poor cadaver who has no more use for it, and you're a sneak thief, lower than a viper. But rob someone of their fortune, kill, rape, plunder, loot in a big way, and soon you're a figure of a man with a magic name. Soon they're talking about you, telling stories about you, singing songs about you. Soon you're someone to be reckoned with, and it's not quite so simple.
You weren't there. You don't know the things he said.
Or what did he say? Tajomaru. Not that I believe a word of it.
He sounds just like the deputy. Do you remember what he said in the police court?
Deputy? What deputy?
The one who captured Tajomaru. He used almost the same words when he talked to the magistrate.
Your Excellency,
He said,
this is Tajomaru, the killer, the rapist, the plunderer, the terror of our roads and forests. As proof of his guilt, I submit to you his record, a list of the crimes absolutely known to have been committed by him. Unfortunately, there was not sufficient time to complete it. Thank you, Your Excellency. It was in the early hours of night on the river beach of Katsura. I came upon him groaning on the sand. He must have been thrown by the horse that was standing a few yards away. A white horse, Your Excellency, with a fine mane. It matches the description of the one that was owned by the murdered man. Also, a bow wound with leather strips, a black lacquered quiver, and 17 arrows with hawk feathers. They were next to him. Wearing? The same as now. No, there was no sign of a woman around. He was alone and in agony. It must be more painful to be thrown from a stolen horse than from any other. As I said, I went to where he wasn't.
Tajomaru thrown from a horse. There's no horse living can throw Tajomaru. I was sick, poisoned. He captured me. Go away, little bug, before I step on you.
Your Excellency.
Do we have to listen all day to this puffing about what a great hero he is? You want to know what happened? Huh? I'll tell it myself.
But I just... Yes, Your Excellency, as you wish.
Tajomaru thrown from a horse. He was a good horse, that one. Strong and sure-footed. I ran him hard all day. But it was hot. I got thirsty. Near the Osaka Pass is a stream. You may know it. The water comes down sweet from the mountains. But it wasn't sweet this day. Something must have poisoned it. A dead serpent, maybe, in the upper stream. I rode on. An hour or so, and then my belly began to swell. I got dizzy. I don't feel pain like other men, but this. Near the riverbed, I couldn't bear it any longer. I got off the horse and doubled over on the ground. Tajumaru thrown from a horse! Only a fool could have such a foolish idea! The man, did I kill him? I know I'll hang from a tree on the execution ground no matter what I say. I can see you've decided the time has come for me to pay for my crimes. The ones I've done, the ones you think I've done, and the ones you're afraid I might do. So why should I lie? Ah! Yes! It was I, Tajumaru, who killed the man! Why? Because of a little breeze. You heard that right. A little breeze that swept through the green leaves. If it hadn't been for that, the man would never have been killed. It was during the deadly heat of the afternoon, when it's so hot, a man's jaws stretch, and his legs grow heavy. And when your legs grow heavy, well, there's only one thing to do. Hey! That's a fancy sword. Silver handle. Thirsty? Come on, you have no water pouches. And it's 2 miles to the next stream. Keep it. Going to Kyoto.
Passing through.
You like swords? Silver handle, like yours. Gold handles, with stones in them, red, green. There's an ancient tomb in the mountain. I came across it, dug it open. It was full of things like that. They're no good to me, so if you're interested, I could sell you some. Cheap.
Gold handles.
With stones in them, red, green.
No.
All right then, I'll sell them to someone else.
Where are they?
Over there, in the next grove. See? Beyond the bamboos, where the cedars are.
Wait. As I said, a little puff of air, and I saw a woman's face. Or was it a vision? I had to know. In that first moment, I made up my mind to take the woman, even if I had to kill the man. To me, killing isn't a matter of great importance. Blood is ugly to you polite people who kill with power and money instead of the sword. Sometimes you even say it's for their own good, the ones you destroy. They don't squirm or cry or bleed. They're in the best of health. But all the same,
I'm giving you the facts. Didn't I say I killed a man? You asked me why. I kill to live, to eat, to have pleasure. Whenever I capture a woman, I always have to kill the man. But this time, it's funny, this time I didn't mean to kill him. I thought if I could take a woman once without killing the man, it would be... So I made my plans to get him out of the way. It was easy. He was greedy, like all of them are. He followed me to the bamboo grove. And when we got there, I seized him from behind. He was a trained warrior and strong. I had to capture him by surprise. He struggled like a trapped tiger, but I tied him to the roots of a bamboo. And then I thought of the woman, all alone there, waiting for him. And I went back to her. Your husband, he says to wait here. Yes, he's picking out what he wants. There are many things for him to choose from. Swords and mirrors. It would take him some time.
What have you done with him?
I could have stopped her. But that look on her face, the eyes wide and started like a deer, the lips trembling. It made me jealous. Jealous that he could make her look like that. Suddenly, I wanted her to see the ugly sight of him, tied to the tree, weak, helpless, looking like a fool. I don't understand it, even now. Anyway, I let her go to him, and I followed. All right. Come on.
That's Tajomaru, all right. No mistake. Even among bandits, he's famous for his lechery. Just 2 months ago, in a mountain pass behind Toribe Temple, a lady of the court was waylaid with her mother and her daughter. 3 pieces of fruit from the same tree. Which one do you think Tajomaru picked? The lady? The daughter? The mother? All 3 of them!
Tajomaru's a savage, a wild beast.
But the women seem to like it. Oh, especially the high-born ones with their airs and downcast eyes. Show them a man with sweat on him and their tongues grow big in their mouths.
Have you no respect to talk so before a priest?
He says he's giving it up. If he's going to join the rest of us, he may as well start learning the language. Alright, tell me more. The story warms me more than this sickly fire. What else did he say, Tajomaru?
Nothing.
Nothing. I don't believe it. Half the pleasure of taking a woman is talking about it afterwards. Come on. He must have said something more. Didn't he?
Yes, he said more. He said he never meant to kill.
That's the way I planned it, without killing. That's right, without killing the husband. All I wanted was the woman. I've had many women. When you think about it later, there's not much difference in them. Some fight you, some don't. But this one, I don't know. I was sure her body was eager. Her mouth hot under mine. And yet, when I stood up from her, she just lay there, crying. Oh, stop that. I didn't hurt you. You're not going to die. Stop it, I tell you. Look at me. That's your husband. Untie him and go on your way.
Wait. How can I live, disgraced in the eyes of two men?
What does it matter what I think of you? You'll never see me again.
I'll always see you, awake or asleep. This grove, this tree, this piece of ground, I'll see it all till the day I die. At least give my husband a chance to avenge his honor and my own.
Why should I?
I beg you.
This is no place to worry about honor.
Please, give him a chance. If he fails, then I'll go with you. Be your woman. Even a bandit must have some feeling, some sense of justice.
Justice? He's a samurai, trained in the arts of fighting. Do you think I'm a fool to let you trap me with pretty words so that he can kill me? Or could I be wrong? Are you hoping maybe that I'll kill him? Would that be more to your liking? There are always women. Why should I take a chance for you? No. Come on, samurai! He fought very well. Too well. A trained warrior should fight other trained warriors. In the jungle, they haven't got a chance. But still, he was the only man to ever cross swords with Tajumaru more than 15 times. The woman, how do I know? She must have run away. She was nowhere around. But I found her dagger on the path. So I took it and sold it for drinks. Lots of drinks. It had a mother of pearl handle. No, I didn't look for her. It must have been her temper that attracted me. She was just a woman, after all.
You didn't look for her. No wonder. One of these days you'll find her face down in a gully.
What do you mean?
What's another killing to a man like Tajumaru?
No, he didn't kill her.
The woman appeared at the police force.
She appeared?
The police found her near a shrine not far away. She was hiding there.
Well, she won't have to hide anymore. With Tajumaru's confession and with her there to accuse him, he'll hang before morning.
What's that noise?
The crows, they love to hear about hangings.
But the wife, she didn't accuse him. She told a completely different story.
Different? How could he be different? Tajamara confessed, didn't he?
It's odd, but I found her nothing at all like Tajumaro described her. Nothing of worldliness, of vanity, of temper. Like, watching her there, I saw a face so delicate and defenseless. Her eyes like those of a bird with a broken wing that you hold in your hand.
Yes, Your Excellency. This is my daughter, Kinume, my only daughter. My poor child that stares at me with vacant eyes. I can see it in your face. You are surprised a beautiful lotus has risen from such a muddy pond. The goddess of fertility was good to me. 7 years I prayed to her. 7 childless years. And in the 8th year, in the month of the cherry flower, Kinume was born. And like a cherry flower herself, tiny and delicate and fragrant in my arms. And I always kept her so. Not like the other children in their commonplace robes, but in a long sleeve, many-colored dress of rare silk, her hair caught up with a tortoise comb. Each morning she walked to the writing school, never stumbling or dirtying her dainty hands, carrying her copybooks with such grace all eyes turned to watch. Forgive me, Your Excellency, but seeing my daughter again, Yes, it is so. The dead man I looked upon was her husband. His name was Takehiko. He was a samurai in the town of Kofu. A very noble man, very rich. In the funeral procession, I will carry a cage of birds and set them free to remind everyone of his mercy and kindness. I'm sure he did nothing to bring such a horrible death on himself. Horrible. I hope you'll bring the villain who murdered him to justice. These bandits, they roam our lands and prey on us like wild beasts. They should be dealt with like wild beasts. When, Your Excellency? 4 years ago they were married. It was a big wedding, the joining of 2 fine families. You have only to look at her to understand that my daughter was much sought after. She had many offers, all of very high rank, but Takehiko, he was the most eager and the most worthy. Even so, she was very proud. I had to force her to marry him.
Have you no shame? To stand in the presence of death and still have vanity?
You must excuse her, Your Excellency. Her mind is still unclear, the shock of her ordeal.
My husband was a samurai in Kofu, and my mother was a maidservant in his house.
What does it matter? If it pleases me to tickle myself with small fancies, it hurts no one.
It is no time for fancies, even small ones. Very often I helped her, drew the water from the well. From the time I was a child, I learned to follow the gold thread in his robe with my needle. And with my eyes, I watched him and loved him. Never thinking, never daring to think it was possible. It seemed he never looked at me, except as you would look at a window and see past it. And then one day, I wore a flower in my hair, a red peony. He reached out his hand and touched it. And I remember how my cheeks burned, how my mouth grew dry. I tried to be the wife he wanted, a samurai's wife. The clothes I wore, he chose. I learned to walk, to talk, to hold the rice bowl as he wished. And I lay in bed at night afraid to fall asleep so that I shouldn't wake to find it all a dream. A dream. Sorry, Your Excellency, and I'll try to talk calmly. I'll try to remember it as it happened. When the bandit had finished with me, he strutted about like a peacock, describing his many conquests, comparing me to them in low, vile language. For my husband, how horrible it must have been for him. bound, helpless. Even now, I can still hear the bandit's laughter. I can still hear his hateful words.
Oi! You! Yoo-hoo! Know who I am? Huh? Tajamaru! Don't you have ears? I said, Tajamaru! Where do you come from that you haven't heard of Tajamaru? Well, you heard it now. And you can brag about it once you're an old hag. That you were once raped by the famous Tajamaru, the fisherman's son who owns the forest. Oh, no, 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 no! No! No. Don't look so outraged. In your whole life, this might be the only thing you'll remember. You like swords, eh? Gold handles and stones in them, red, green. Made your fat tongue hung out, didn't it? Huh? Well, Tajamaru always keeps a promise. Here's a sword for you! No! Why not? I'll only do you a favor by killing him.
You. Animal!
Yes, I am an animal. Ah! A pity you're not.
He's gone. He's gone, and we're still alive. My husband, how horrible it must have been for you. But I want you to know he couldn't hurt me because I thought only of our life together. He couldn't touch that. Why do you look at me like that? Your eyes, what is that I see in them? No, you can't mean it. Here, take it and kill me. If that's how you feel, then kill me. But don't look at me with such contempt. Not even that. You are cruel. I never knew any man but you. I never wanted one. I didn't ask for this to happen to me. What do you want me to do? Huh? Go away and never see you again? Where would I go? What would I do without you? Answer me. Am I so low that you can't throw me a word like a bone to your dog? Answer me. I am no longer the daughter of a maidservant in your house. I am your wife. I shared your table and your bed. Answer me! 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 Answer me!
What, Your Excellency? Yes, I'll ask her. Kinume, The court wishes to know if you have anything more to tell.
What else is there? I must have fainted. When I woke up, I found my husband dead, the sword in his breast. It was then that I knew that I had killed him. I ran into the woods deeper and deeper. I tried to drown the sight of myself in the river, but even the river scorned me. I can't be that worthless, can I? Can I?
Oh, I can't be that worthless. Can I? Can I?
Her face, it's so hard to forget.
So her lips trembled. She cried. Fear's always women's weapon against men. And we idiots believe them every time.
But why? Why should she confess to a crime she didn't commit?
Who knows why women do things? Their minds work in devious ways. To win sympathy, maybe? See how your heart bleeds for her? She confesses to a murder, but yet you can't forget her face. It's so pale and tearful and honest. And honesty is such a virtue. How can you think of hanging a virtuous woman?
Don't let him hurt you. He's only baiting you.
What does it matter? Some of what he says is true. How can we believe the wife's story since we heard the medium?
The medium?
They brought a medium to the court.
To evoke the spirit of the murdered man.
So the husband spoke from the dead. What did he say? Was it so different then from what the other said? Ooh.
But the wife's anguish, how could that be false? And Tajomaru's so contemptuous of the rope. Why should he lie, a man who's condemned to die?
And yet, if there's little reason for a man to lie when he faces death, how much less when he is dead? The dead man, what did he say? What did he say?
I'm in the dark now, in the empty, whirling pit of darkness.
Curses upon you.
Curses upon you.
Curses upon
Curses
you.
upon
who
you.
threw me
who
into this
threw
black
me
inferno.
into this black inferno. I will tell you. I want you all to know how it came to be. The bandit, after attacking my wife, sat beside her on the dry bamboo leaves. He spoke to her with a serpent's tongue, like a man who knows of women.
And every once in a while, he touched her.
And every once in a while, he touched her.
It shines. Your hair, like the river under the summer moon. I sleep there sometimes when it's hot. The riverbank still warm from the day's sun. So warm, your body needs no clothing. And the heavy scent of the night flowers makes your dreams wild. You wake up, trembling with desire. But what do you know of things like that? Trapped in a bamboo box in the city, tied to a man of silk, the samurai warrior. The proud blood of his ancestors is thinned to water with too much easy living. Can those fine hands bruise your skin when they hold you? Or that careful mouth? Can it conquer yours? No. Such men were made for women who have ice in their loins, but you are not such a woman. That's what I guessed when the breeze blew and I first saw your face. The cool skin denied by those lips, full and promising. And now that I've tasted them,
My wife, my loving and gentle and beautiful wife. Never in all our married life did I see her face like that.
never.
Never.
Take me Take me away with you. Wait! As long as he's alive, I'll always be his wife. I can never be completely yours. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him!
Those words still roar around me like a storm blowing me deeper and deeper into this bottomless pit. Has such curse, such foul words ever been uttered out of a human mouth? Even the bandit, this wild beast of the forest, even he shuddered. He looked at her and something happened in his face, some dim stirring, some deep revulsion against the female animal that feeds on her mate.
What do you want me to do with her? Cut her black heart out, or spare her? Whatever you say, I'll do it. Come! Tell me, it's up to you! Let her go. Her screams will bring someone from the road. Ah! The devil take both of you! I'd better look out for myself. We're both better off without her.
It was quiet for a long time. And then someone started sobbing. Someone sobbing, who could that be? A lump in my mouth rose up, but I felt no pain. Only a coldness creeping along my fingers, a thin mist gathering around me. Everything was silent. Not a single bird note in the sky, not a leaf moving. Only a lonely light lingered in the grove and on the mountain. In the stillness I lay quietly. The light grew fainter till the bamboos and cedars were lost to view. And then someone seemed to approach softly. Who? I tried to see, but the darkness was too heavy. Someone. That someone's hand grasped the sword in my breast and drew it out slowly. The lump in my mouth rose up to end my breath and I sank down to the blackness of space.
It's a lie, a lie. His whole story is a lie. He didn't kill himself. He was
what? Why are you sweating? Could it be that you have some little morsel you're not sharing with us?
No, I don't know anything.
Just that a dead man lied. Only that.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't lie.
It is you who are lying.
I swear, I don't.
You swear too easily, now and in the court today. But you did not find a dead man. You saw him alive. And the bandit and the woman.
You must have seen the whole thing.
Why? Why didn't you tell them at the court yesterday?
I'm a poor man.
Is truth a luxury for the rich?
I didn't want to get involved.
Involved? But you are involved. If not by your conscience or love of truth, then out of pure selfishness. Every time justice blunders, it is you who cries out for mercy, who rots in every jail, who hangs on every rope. What kind of fool are you that could unravel this whole web of dishonor and deceit and did not speak out? Whatever their motives, one of those three, at least one of them was telling the truth.
No,
No? What do you mean?
none of their stories is true. They lied. All of them.
Oh, my poor son. That is one of the best jokes that's been played on me since my mother bore me. The way he sat there, all this time, with a face as blank as the moon.
I told you, I didn't want to...
Say it. You didn't want to get involved.
I was wrong.
Why? Your first thought was for your own skin. Nothing wrong with that. As for justice, it'll blunder no matter what you do. So just trust your own good sense and keep out of its way.
Leave him alone.
What are you offering him that's any better? Have you ever rotted in one of those prisons? Or felt the cold point of the policeman's sword at your throat? Yes, courage is an easy word in the sanctuary of your temple garden.
I want no sanctuary.
What do you want? You can't even look at the dirty face of the world you live in without wanting to run from it. Or accept the familiar fact that 3 people told lies in a police court yesterday. Oh, I know. It's not pleasant when you're sleeping to have the pillow kicked from under your head.
There must be some other reason.
But it's so simple. Everyone tells what he wants the world to believe.
no, there must be a better answer.
Still hoping for some heavenly hocus pocus to turn a stink into incense. You were running away, holy man. I'll keep running, I tell you. Don't wait for the miracle.
Maybe the miracle is here. Now, maybe it's you.
Me.
The rain holding us here at the Rashomon gate, having to tell again to you the whole horrible tale, and out of your contempt and mockery uncovering the truth. At last.
At last! The divine mouthpiece! This is your moment, my friend. The hand of Buddha guides your lips. Speak up! One doesn't turn his back on heaven's bidding.
Never be afraid to speak the truth.
All right. I'll tell you. I was going through the woods and I found this woman's traveling.
A sage hat with a veil, we know, and then...
And then I heard sounds. So I stole up closer and peered out from behind the bush. The husband was still alive. He was tied to a tree stump.
And the wife?
She was fixing her hair.
Fixing her hair? Of course. What else would a woman be doing? And Tajamaru?
He was on his knees.
Oh, I'm going to like this story.
Please. I'm sorry.
How many times can I say it? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Can't you understand? All my life, in here, I've carried around someone like you. When I was a boy, I used to stare at the great ladies passing in the carriage chairs. Once, one of them dropped a fan and I picked it up for her. Oh, and her hand, was like a toy with polished nails that curved like yours. Look, Tajumaru, I'm on my knees. I'm begging you. Please come away with me.
Leave me alone.
What is it, that I'm a bandit? Then, all right, then I give it up. I promise. I promise, and Tajumaru always keeps a promise. Ask any beggar or thief and they'll tell you, Tajumaru always keeps a promise.
Go away.
What is it? Is it money? Is that it? I got piles of it, hidden in places all over the forest. Just come with me, and I'll show you things to make your mouth water. Silt, jade, ivory, jewels. Remember 3 years ago when Lord Uji's daughter disappeared on the highway? With all her dowry? This one emerald, as big as my fist. Oh yeah, I can just see how it would look there, in the hollow of your neck.
Oh, don't touch me.
Oh, what an idiot! How could I expect a lady like you to dirty herself with stolen money and jewels? All right. And that's how it has to be. I'll do it. I, Tajumaru, I'll go to work. By the dragon's teeth, I'll do it. I'll get a cut. I'll pull it through the streets. I'll sweat. I'll grow calluses. But I'll make you happy if you'll be my woman.
How can you even suggest such a thing?
How? Because I want you so much. Let me kiss you again. Let me show you the...
No, don't stop it. Oh, my kimono.
I'll get you a new one. I'll get you 10 kimonos. Hell, take your kimono. Yeah, that's what I said. Hell, take it. And hell, take you. I'll beat you. I'll kill you if you don't do what I say.
You wouldn't dare. Would you? Well, what you're asking for is unreasonable. How can I do what you say?
Huh?
A wife's duty is to her husband.
Oh, all right. Then I'll kill him.
Oh, wait, no.
Why not? It's the easiest way.
Well, a lady isn't won by the easiest way. She prizes a man who's ready to fight for her.
Fight? You mean duel? No. No. Wait. No! Oh! What are you doing? I don't want to play fancy games with a samurai.
Now it's up to the both of you.
Well, you can put your sword away. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut you down.
Cut me down. I'll cut you down.
I have no intentions of engaging in a duel with you. The sword of the samurai is reserved for nobler causes. It's a weapon of honor.
What about my honor?
Oh, you don't even know what that word means.
But I've just been raped. I struggled. I was overcome.
My dear wife, I may be gagged, but I wasn't blindfolded.
There was nothing I could do.
Naturally, being what you are.
What do you mean, what I am?
You just cut my bonds with a dagger. Why don't you drive it into your throat instead? That's what a woman of true nobility would have done. To wipe out her disgrace.
So that's what a woman of nobility would have done. But I, being what I am...
What you are and what you always will be. A kitchen maid's daughter. A slut.
So that's my reward for all of my faithful devotion.
Kitchen maid's daughter?
Devotion. Do you think I'm a child? All those smiles at any man who cross our threshold, you weren't even skillful enough to conceal them behind your fan. How about the little sighs in the darkness of a garden? The whispers behind the screens?
What whispers?
Oh, my dear wife, you can stop playing the lady now. I'm your husband, remember? I know what you are and where you came from. And to think I could somehow ignore it and to save face.
Face. Face! That's all you ever think about!
Well, I should have thought about it before I married you.
You boy! whore! You
Oh,
snort!
be quiet, both of you! How did all this start anyway? The breeze. I'd still be asleep at the roadside if not for that stinking breeze. Let's forget the whole thing.
Hold on. How can we forget it?
I've forgotten it already.
But you can't just leave us here like
Don't
this.
follow me. I hate
Leave
being
him
followed.
alone. Haven't you disgraced yourself enough? Oh, stop that whimpering.
Women always cry.
She's wasting all those tears on me. Maybe she thinks that you can be fooled by all
Me,
this.
not anymore.
It was her face that trapped me. I thought I could make something out of her, but...
Well, you could always put her back in the kitchen.
Kitchen? Kitchen maid's daughter. Yes, that's what I am. But one thing you learn in the kitchen is how to recognize the stink of garbage.
Oh, hold your tongue!
Oh, my dear, gallant husband. All that noble talk about your noble sword. Everyone knows a samurai has the right to destroy anyone for the most trifling offense. And what has this man done to you? Overpowered you, bound and gagged you, violated your wife before your very eyes. And your response to all this? You draw yourself up and order me to stick the dagger into my throat. I thought I was giving you one last chance to be a man. But I should have known better. Yes, we both know why you won't fight. Because you're a coward. Coward? Coward? Coward.
Oh, that's enough.
Oh, enough? Who says enough?
Tajumaru.
Oh, yes, Tajomaru the Terrible. For years, I thrilled to the tales of your romantic escapades. Oh, your daring, your savage strength. And for a moment, I thought it might be true. I half hoped you would be the one who would beat me, fight for me, tear me away from the stupid life I've been living, but no. You were ready enough to murder my husband when he was bound and gagged. But as soon as I untied him, oh, your burning passion for me vanished. And you can't wait to vanish after it. You are no better than he is. Just a small, cheap imitation of yourself. A reputation without a body, a nothing.
Well, why don't you attack?
Oh, why don't you?
Yeah.
Don't stand out in the open like that.
Get behind a tree, you might get hurt.
That's more than I can say for either of you.
Wait. Give me a chance. You can't kill an unarmed man. You can't.
Tajumaru the Great, your time has come! I fell. Wait, no, 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 no. I held my breath, hiding there behind the bush, afraid Tajomaru might hear. But then, when I thought I burst, he got up. He picked up his sword. And then, I still get chills when I think of it. He passed by me so close. I could have touched him. I didn't move a hair. Not until the last echo of his footsteps died away. Then, I jumped up and ran as fast as I could out of the forest.
Straight to the police.
Yes.
Only on the way, you happen to forget part of the story.
No, I didn't forget. I don't know. Maybe I should have spoken up at court. But all those different stories, I began to doubt my own senses. I couldn't understand. I still can't understand why they all lied.
Did they?
They must have. I know what I saw with my own eyes.
Why should I trust your eyes any more than those of the other three? Like I said, people see what they want to see and say what they want to hear.
Yeah, but
But don't worry. If I believed any story, it'll be yours. Not because of you, but only because it's the smell of truth. It's disappointing, isn't it? You like to think people are big heroes, big villains, big anything. But no, this is the way they are. Small, weak, selfish, cowardly, faithless. There's your miracle, holy man.
Why do you keep chopping to bits everything that's good?
It's all in the way you look at it. Some people think trees are good, yet you chop them down. Me? I have nothing. I am nothing. And I've long since given up deluding myself. To me, truth is like a firefly. Now you see it, now you don't. And lies, they're no more than little bugs that go to bed with me. I swat them for amusement. It's the only form of cleanliness I can afford.
Listen, that's not a crow.
Oh, baby! You're always leaving them here. Look at this blanket. Wool, real wool.
What are you doing? Give me that child!
What a vile thing, stripping an infant.
Someone's bound to do it. Why not me?
I ought to break your bones.
Stop being such a hero.
You're just a ghoul. A ghoul.
Then what would you call its parents? They had themselves a little pleasure, then dumped the consequences. Like some rubbish. If I'm a ghoul, then what are they?
What do you know of parents and children?
What is there to know? Sometimes they throw you away, sometimes you throw them away.
Your mind is so twisted. Can't you see this isn't a newborn infant? It must be 4 or 5 months old. What agonies these people must have suffered to abandon such a child.
Please, I've heard enough sad stories for one day.
It's shivering.
He'll die of cold. Give me back that blanket. Give it back, I tell you.
Go away!
Let go of it.
Get away!
Let go, or I'll call the police.
Call them. Go ahead and call them. There are other things they might like to know. About you. That's right, you. You better leave me alone. I've been very generous to you so far.
Generous.
Very generous, my friend. My good, honest, self-righteous friend. Considering that you're a lying hypocrite like all the rest of them. You may have fooled the magistrate, but not me.
What are you talking about?
He knows well enough. Ask him. Just ask him. Where is the husband's sword? That fancy sword with a silver handle? Tell me that. No one took it from the scene of the murder, but yet the police couldn't find it. What happened? Did it melt away? Was it swallowed up into the earth?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Just look at his face. What was it the medium said? Someone approached softly, drew the sword out of the dead man's breast, even before he was cold.
No.
How much did you get for it? Plenty, I'll bet. And you call me a ghoul? He was so eager to spare his feelings that I thought I'd help you cover up. You know, as one thief to another. But that's what you get when you try to do someone a good turn. Looks like a break in the storm. Oh, don't take it so hard. I once saw a painting. A man hanging by a rope over a precipice. On top were wild beasts ready to devour him if he went up. Down below lay a dragon ready to catch him if he fell. And all the time, a white rat representing day and a black rat representing night were gnawing away at the rope. That's the way it is, my friend. So let's not argue about right and wrong the few minutes we're dangling here. Anyway, my thanks to you both for such an entertaining afternoon. And profitable, too.
Please, let me.
Let you what? Strip off the rest of its clothes?
I know. And I don't blame you. Why should you trust me? But I have 6 of my own at home. Hungry, sometimes cold, frightened. They cry too. What can I say? A silver-handled sword can dry a lot of tears. Please. Yes. It'll be hard for you to travel with an infant. The road is often steep, lonely. Maybe I could take it home with me. It's little enough, but how much can such a small mouth eat? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked.
No. Keep it. Take it with you.
But you heard it yourself. I'm a coward, a thief, a liar.
You're many things. A man, like all men.
Then you forgive me?
Forgive you? I'm the one who must go back to be forgiven. I only thought of how much I could teach the people, but it is you who teach me.
I'm afraid I'm still too ignorant to understand.
I thank Buddha for such ignorance.
The rain has stopped. The sun will soon dry the ground, the trees, the gate.
The Rashomon. Somehow it's no longer so fearsome with all its crows and corpses and jackals. Even out of its crumbling ruins can come life. It's late. They'll be looking for you at home.
I better go.
And thank you